StudyIQ IAS, अब तैयारी हुई अफोर्डेबल।
नमस्कार दोस्तों, मेरा नाम है करम योगी दिवाकर बोथरा and I welcome all in my series Know Your Concepts in 5 minutes. As of now, we have discussed enough of concepts: fascism, communism, feminism, so on and so forth. There are yet important ideologies such as liberalism, such as new left, new right, libertarianism, so on and so forth. In the forthcoming classes, I promise you all that your concepts of humanities would be dead clear. But do leave a like or a comment so that at least it provides an opportunity for us to get motivated. Okay, this series is something which people are watching and loving it. In this world where altruism is largely falling apart, the people do show their altruism, and this altruism gets reflected only in the forms when you yourself provide that altruism. Today's concept is a very small one because this in itself is not an ideology. This is a practice present in the various forms of ideologies, which some of which we have often previously discussed and some of which are yet to be discussed. Today's topic is communitarianism. अब इस communitarianism को समझने के लिए you need to understand one thing. It's not purely an ideology which is completely separate from the others. This ideology is reflected in the various practices. It is the belief that the self or a person is constituted through the community. That means the identity of a person is completely determined upon which or determined on the basis of the community in which he lives. In the sense that the individuals are shaped by the communities to which they belong. This clearly, therefore, advocates that communitarianism is an ideology which is not going to give importance to an individual phenomena. Rather than communitarianism would be considered as an ideology which would be talking about giving primacy to the community. As your entire essence, your identities, your personalities, your character is determined on the basis of the community in which you live, and which we have often experienced in our day-to-day life as well through the process of socialization, which we have gone through in our entire life and which we are going to go through till the level we reach our graves. It's not an ideology but a theoretical position adopted by the varieties of ideological positions, be that functionalism or be that critical Marxist school. Communitarianism has a conservative disposition. Always remember this. Whenever the word communitarianism comes, it talks about it's much more conservative in nature. I'll discuss this conservatism as a separate concept, but as of now, you believe you understand only this much, that the conservatism talks about maintaining status quo. The existing phenomena has to be maintained. They are against change, which brings or which dethrones the traditional belief systems. So this communitarianism is conservative force. It's a conservative disposition in that it amounts to a defense of the existing social structure and the moral values or codes. Clearly making you understand that any conservative ideologies would talk about maintaining the positions rather than propagating the changes present in the society. It emphasizes over duties and responsibilities of individual over his rights and entitlements. That means any conservative ideology would largely emphasize that the people should largely follow their respective duties rather than asserting their rights. The present Prime Minister and the Home Minister at a particular time advocated that the right to information, once a particular time, our present Prime Minister said a statement that in past 75 years, the Indians have focused immensely on rights. It's time to focus on duties. Then if it's time to focus on duties, then these duties should equally be applied to the people who are there in their respective powerful positions. So where the goal of the state, which was welfare to ensure social justice, they should also equally perform their role and duty. That means any conservative ideology would never try to propagate a belief that the individual should largely be using their rights, demanding their rights, demanding their dues. They should always talk about following their duty, and hence conservative is considered as a it's considered as a conservative force. If this is the way you really want to get into the conceptual clarities, do join our batch of sociology starting from August. The batch admissions have already been opened up. I think it's 4 to 5 days. Do join this batch to take your conceptual clarity to next level. And in the next two videos, I'll be talking about the two important current issues which have taken place in the past month. Do watch those videos, share those videos, and do leave a comment if you do have a time. Thank you.
StudyIQ IAS. अब तैयारी हुई अफोर्डेबल।